Yes, I did. Can ask me in a minute. Trade. Give me your runes. Give me those. Log out. Change world. Log in. Fuck it. Emoji killed an Ardy Knight for ransom. Some guy spam reported him. Both got a 1-day ban. This other guy used absolute coordinates in his AHK because he didn't understand the rule. It was written in broken English and complicated. I mean, even the old AHK rules, they might not have been exactly what you wanted to read, but they clearly said you couldn't write coordinates into your script. They even said you couldn't have your mouse go in any way that wasn't straight, in a straight line or a complete like diagonal. Yeah, I mean I've seen people use scripts that weren't compliant with that for sure. No AHK at all is certainly easier. Well, for the mod team, it is. I still don't really understand it. So, one guy got a 1-day ban for script killing an Ardy Knight. Fair enough. One guy got a 1-day ban for killing a single Ardy Knight. That doesn't make much sense if that's actually what happened. It's kind of hard to follow what happened, really. No one really makes any sense. Someone got banned for LAN partying. Well, yeah, they would have got banned, like false banned for multi-login. That's understandable. In the same sense, I mean, I play at like 3 different locations and I haven't been banned for multi-logging or account sharing, so they must be able to investigate it. Mistakes happen, obviously, but I play regularly at 3 different locations and I've never had to explain my case, just haven't had anything happen to me. I think I heard about that guy though. There's not really much he can do apart from submit a ticket and try and explain his case. Send in a picture of 4 different people playing, I don't know what he can do really. It's got to be something they can allow, because you know, if you played this at a university or something, you're gonna have dozens of people on the same location playing the game. Isn't... Oh, I'm in a clan with Nuna as well. Too many names to remember. I saw something else about someone spam reporting it. I don't know how true that is. I feel like if it's all from one guy, they're not really doing anyone any favour by spam reporting it, if it's all from one person. Probably looks the same as just a single report. Just more annoying. Completely agree. It sounds like the player harassment rule. I feel like that's a new rule in old school, but I thought there was always, as long as I remember, there was a rule for player disruptive behaviour. I don't see either of those rules. Yeah, like not it's not a reportable offence. It's obviously kind of degenerate behaviour, especially if it was an AHK, you know, that's kind of thing. If it's like, if I went to Ardy and went into the bank where they're all thieving and killed the knight, yeah, it's gonna annoy everyone, and it's kind of, it doesn't benefit anyone. But if I did it once, I wouldn't expect anything to happen. I don't think anything should happen if it's just one thing. Yeah, the rules on the website are a bit different. I don't think anyone's gonna defend it's a good thing to do that, but there's a lot to be said that it's probably not worth a one-day ban. If you've killed a single Ardy knight, it's probably not worth a ban. I don't know. Creates more work for the mods if people are getting spam reported for it, so maybe there are just an example being made. What am I doing? So distracted so easily. So it's going to be pushed to the limit of the rules? Yeah, well, yeah, by someone, definitely. It's always going to happen. It's an online game. Someone will get a bit bored and push them to the limits, or they'll just get bored and get caught out by them, intentional or not. It's an online game, people troll and stuff like that. Someone said earlier, I forget who it was, intent matters. Yeah, probably it does. I forget who said that. Intent. Oh, it's one of the Zareth, one of the Git contributors. Briefings and events and intent matters. That's what I'd say to most of those things. It's my first stream, by the way, as evident by the thumbnail that says 1 in it. Probably shouldn't have streamed tonight, because Garlic's live, I think Tice is live, but I don't mind it. Probably for the best that it's quiet, because I don't really have anything to talk about. One thing I would say is if he's got the ban, I would leave it. It's a 1-day ban. If there's these screenshots with him and Pizzazz, I would just leave it. It's not going to get removed. He's probably only going to make it worse. If the decision's been made, wouldn't try and argue with him over chat. Seems a bit redundant. One-day ban. Yeah, I don't know about the other guy. Again, if the other guy was using a script, why is that a 1-day? It shouldn't be equal, surely. Sounds like a nice chance for chores. Well, a nice chance to do something. I don't know. But at the same time, he might be in the middle of a grind. I don't know what he's doing. I can look because I'm in the clown chat with him. I wonder what he was doing. We've got a skill of the week going on, so I get it. He could have been grinding. He's in the middle of stuff. You're forced to take a break for what he considers nothing. I get it. Game's fresh as well. Everyone's really addicted, and you're forced to take a break. At some point, though, just cut your loss, take a break. Really loving this login timer, I will say that. Before this, I had a clock on the bottom of my client, and every time I logged out, I have to reset the stopwatch. It seems really sweaty, but otherwise, I'm either spam logging in, or I wouldn't log in for 2 minutes because I'd not forget about it, but I just lose sense of time. Because I'm logging in for 10 seconds and then logging straight back out. For, I don't know, I've got to do this for about 30 hours. I'm about halfway through though. It's like crack? Well, we've certainly been putting a lot of time in it. It doesn't seem to be getting any better. I mean, I started off playing a few hours a day. First week or so, I wasn't really getting into it, but I set goals that were unrealistic. Like 70 mining in free to play, and I just kind of got there, and I thought, well, what's next? I've done that now, but setting a goal kind of kept me hooked, and we're keeping with that. Always seems to be something to do. I mean, it is like that for new accounts, and we're all on new accounts. Everything's fresh, everything's worth doing. I can go chop maple logs and it's still good money. Or I can sit in the Mage Guild for 28 hours and make a ton more. Price of S, bowstrings, cowhides, they help new players. Yeah. One thing I didn't ever want to do was cowhides, but I did do it. I got 30 or so crafting in free to play with cowhides, and it was okay. Just trying to train my combat stats up. So it was worth doing because we didn't have a waterfall quest. But I would kill it. I'd have an inventory of cowhide, tan them, craft them, repeat for a few days. Nothing compared to things like Index did and get 66 crafting in free to play, which is insane. But mining S, I couldn't even buy any for 80 GP anymore. It keeps going up. Which I'm not disappointed. I'm glad it's going up. It's nice for things so simple things like S. They have a good value. Plenty of people have said it, but they'll go up until it reaches a price where people don't want to pay for it, and then even higher level players will start doing that content as well. Yeah, the prices for some of the lower requirement stats, I mean, smithing is extremely expensive if you don't do it yourself. And if you do it yourself, you mine the resources, you make thousands of steel bars for 50. Is it 50? 52 that you need? 55, I don't know. There's a 50 plus smithing requirement, and you get all these steel bars, and then you think, well, they're worth so much, but now I've got to use them. And so when I was doing it, I tried to boost to get the level you needed for steel plate bodies, just to make the most out of that. I still lost a ton of money that I could have got through selling the bars. I'd love to get 60, but there's no way I'm not buying the steel bars. I've got a lot of cash at the moment, but I still don't want to pay for them. I think I'm more likely to invest in one of the rares, like a Robin Hood, something like that, than supplies at the moment. Supplies seem too volatile at the moment. Did I buy these already? Yep. Short-term memory loss. Herbs I might buy. Then again, if I bought things like herbs or even secondaries at this point, I've still got a lot of combat training to do. I'm gonna get them myself anyway. I might as well save the money, get them myself in the lower levels. So I'm not in a rush to do legends or anything. I feel like I'm better off doing it myself and then buying them later on when I want to bank stand and do a few hours of Herblore training at once. At the moment I can do 4 or 5 hours of Chaos Druids and then spend an hour doing Herblore, gathering the secondaries and stuff and making the potions. 60 for the Dragon Square Shield, yes, because I saw Index make one earlier. The stats on the Dragon Square Shield aren't that good. Rogues, I saw there was a video on how to get XP, and I think you couldn't finish the quest from the if you want to do Rogue's Purses, and it was so much manual clicking. I didn't even think of doing it. I got 20 something from quests, and then I've lamped it from there. I haven't made a single potion yet. Right, 28 is pretty good from that. What are we doing? I think I opened the shop there, bought runes, and didn't buy the staffs. So the stats on the Dragon Square Shield, are they not very good? I think it's best in slot, but I suppose sounds like it's not a very good upgrade from the Rune Kite. Not worthwhile anyway. Considering that I think the left half is over 2 mil now. I wonder if we can open the market without messing up the... Ah, that looks alright. Okay. Left. People buying for... Well, they're not going to buy it. 2 mil seems 2 to 2.5. Once you got the requirements, you'd blast all the XP rewards from Legends on Herblore. Yeah, I don't need to put it on anything else. Take those, thank you. I think Herblore is going to be the one. It's Herblore or Prayer. I don't need to put it on Agility. Or anything else, really. So I'll be putting on Herblore. 17 to 18. I had to start playing in the web browser. I used to play on the client, but I kept forgetting what world I was in. And I'd either go back a world and find that the slot was empty, or I'd log into the world I was already in, and it was empty. It's nice the link says your world though, so I can try and remember to pay attention to that. Oh, I see what you're on about. The Torva, by the way, guy. I wonder how long that took. You know, people go on about opportunity cost, and I think it's a bit much to start strategizing like that. But when you spend 10 hours saving money doing Herblore, you could have put that 10 hours into doing Chaos Druids, got the herbs anyway, and everything else that came along with it. XP and your combat stats. Potions. He's not got a single potion made from it, has he? Don't tell me to... Is this the same mess? I don't know if this guy's on about the same thing. The stream snipe guy. It's either 9 hours in the cave or 1.5 million gold. I mean, even... I'm going to quote opportunity cost again, but even if you did flax, you're going to get that money and you're going to get a bit of crafting XP. 9 hours of flax, you'll get... I don't know. Flax... 100... Over 100k an hour? Maybe not. I feel like flax is more than 100k an hour. It's not like 9 hours in the cave or 1.5 mil gold. It's 9 hours in the cave, or I feel like even at medium, you know, 50s, you'd probably do 9 hours of Chaos Druids and get enough herbs. I may be completely wrong, I probably am. I think yeah, it's 9 hours is probably a bit unrealistic because I've done several hours and this is all I've got herb-wise. 130k for 1,000 flax. For 1,000 flax. Okay, so that's not even bowstring. I meant bowstring if I didn't say it. Because picking flax, you might as well do the rogue's burst because you're not going to get any XP from it. Is it more money per hour to pick flax and sell flax, or say spend half an hour picking flax and half an hour spinning it? I mean, 9 hours of Rogue's Purse is it can't be that much better than 9 hours of Monkey Bars or something like that, and I wouldn't do anything like that ever again. You couldn't pay me 1.5 mil to do 9 hours of clicking a wall, cleaning a herb and dropping it. Yeah, if it's equal, I know what I'd rather do. You probably have an easier time selling the bowstring as well. I can't imagine there's too many people just waiting to buy up flax to go and manually spin it, manually spin it themselves. Yeah, once make X is added, I think a lot of things will be just so much more approachable. So many things. Cooking for one, I haven't cooked since free to play. I bought a few thousand lobsters, raw lobsters, or 2k of them, but I'm not going to cook until Make X comes out. I've got no use for it. If I really need food, I'll buy a little bit more. Keep misclicking. There you go. Make X will be great. I mean, you've got Make X, and then you've got. It's going to be years, but imagine when Lunar Diplomacy comes out. You're going to have super glass make. You can have basically you're going to have the glass making spell, spin flax, and those are the two main ones. You've got the plank make spell. Those kind of utility spells are going to be great. That will really plug the gap for us not having endless amounts of supplies coming in from bots. And the raw materials, we'll just get them from Kingdom, the Throne of Miscellanea. Do you get flax from Kingdom? I don't know if you do. But coal and things like that. You're going to have coal, endless amounts of coal for superheat. That's not going to be a problem anymore. Maple logs, you'll just make X. String them as well. You can choose flax. I'm not did people do that back in the day before flax was 1 GP each? There's probably still better things to choose. That's why they added it back in the day, probably. If not enough resources were coming in. Another thing, you've got the coal for the superheat spell, fine, but I was looking into the blast furnace and it came out not in the too distant future. But I don't remember it ever being used, and I couldn't figure out if that's because it just wasn't a meta back then. It wasn't very good, or I don't know, maybe my research sucks and people were using it, but I don't remember ever using it back in the day. I just don't remember it being a thing, but it existed. But you compare it to old school and it's the thing to do. I know it was buffed in old school to not need players to actually operate the things. And I know the shop was buffed or changed. I think the prices were changed, so I don't know if that was a buff or a nerf. It could have a good shop when it comes into the game, selling ores. Wasn't needed. The blast furnace wasn't needed. Sorry, I think I've lost. Trading people is quicker. You've lost me. I was rambling too much talking to myself. I'm sorry. I think it doesn't help that I couldn't figure out why I couldn't get a shorter delay on my stream. When I watch others, and I've got a good upload speed, but I couldn't get the delay to be under about 20 seconds it seems, but maybe that's just my testing, maybe it's not that bad. 50k, but it could have been dumped into buying it straight. Are we talking about flax still? Are we talking about flax? Let's log out and focus on what you're saying. Talking about flax, I thought so. So people didn't bother, but it was an option. Interesting. So I suppose maybe it was just the same as people do in old school. You go for logs and herbs. I never chose coal as an option. Maybe that will be a preferred option here, because no one's mining it. As much as people go on about coal trucks, someone was saying earlier, I think it was in Index's stream, that they got 300 coal in an hour with 52 mining. That it seems insanely good if that's true. When I was doing my tests in the mining guild in free to play, 70 mining, I was getting about. It was not fully, you know, flat out, but I was getting maybe 260. To get like 20% more with 50 mining in coal trucks seems, well, it seems really good. So great if it's true. Otherwise, I thought from the videos I saw people testing it that mining guild stayed the better option for coal per hour. November 2004, it's not too far away, hopefully. I don't even think it's going to make prices drop either. I think people just use the resources more. Herblore, you know, everyone wants to train it, everyone wants to make their own herbs, everyone wants to get smithing up to do things themselves. I don't think it's going to make supplies go down in price massively. Still, you know, it doesn't. It still takes time for them to come in. It's not like you're going to log in every day and get thousands of coal. It's a steady stream, yeah. It's a steady stream. It's more like couple thousand a month for people. I don't remember the rates. It is, that's the thing, it's the minimal interaction. You can still go and mine coal, you can still go and cut trees whilst this is in the background. The benefit is that you can go a month without doing any of those things, go back and check it, and you'll have all those things. It's the Yeah, it's minimum. It's not passive. You've got to go and upkeep it, right? But it's almost a steady stream of resources. Should mean the market don't dry up if people aren't going to use them themselves. You could find that on a certain day of the month, you have these little injections of 5,000 coal, 10,000 maple logs. You might be able to get a good deal on certain resources. Isn't there another part to that kingdom though? There's like trouble brewing or something like that? No, I don't think that's the right thing. I thought there was 2 parts to that quest that made the resource, the amount of resources you can get, go up. Trouble brewing doesn't sound right. Trouble brewing's a minigame. Royal trouble. Halfway there, close enough. Added an 06. So was that, did that kind of buff the rates that you got? 500 people doing that quest, yeah. And I think more than 500 people will do it. I've had conversations with other people about this. We might have 1,000, 1,200 people online at one given moment, but that doesn't mean that that's the active player base. The active player base could be 10 times that. So you got 500 people doing the quest, maybe in one day. But like we just said, it's a minimal interaction activity over the course of a month. You could have 5,000-6,000 people doing Kingdom. It sounds quite a lot. Now maybe it's not 5 or 6,000, but it might be 2,000 people doing that. And you could have maybe 2,000 people bringing in the resources and 100 people using them. Those numbers are completely just spat out, but you get the point. Not everyone's going to be bothered to cut 20,000 maple logs after they've just essentially spawned them in, so they'll just sell them. Who really knows? Okay, so it basically just gets more expensive. Support rate slowed to 1% per day. Okay, so I don't remember what it starts at. I wasn't really doing that sort of thing back then. So it gets a bit more expensive, but you've got to check it less. You could probably only go back every couple of days if you know, if you're not bothered about losing a little bit. 75k per day. Say that quest came out in 3 months. What percentage of the population? I mean, I've just went on about 2,000 people doing the quest, but what percentage of the player base can afford 75k a day? How many people are gonna want, you know, 3 mil? Is that 3 mil a month? About 3 mil GP a month. How many people are gonna want to spend that? They'll only do it if it's profitable. Because, you know, we're not a game of Iron Men who are gonna do it regardless because it's the only way to get those resources. You might not have everyone doing it. 100k from some mobs. Yeah, you can get 100k an hour, as we said, doing many things. I'll certainly do it. It can come out now and I'll put 3 million into it. Yeah. A lot of people do it. I just don't think, like I just said about 2,000 people do the quest, for example, I don't think all of those people are going to put in enough money for it to be constantly bringing resources in. I just don't think everyone will do that. Is that about the rate? So yeah, output's about double the GP. I mean, it depends what the resources you get out of it are valued at, but yeah. You might see people putting it on different things. I'd certainly see coal being valued. Whereas I don't think anyone does that on old school. It depends on the item. I'm sure it does. You'll still have herbs. People will do that to 100%. Maybe there's then just logs. Yeah, people will do herbs as much as they can. XP from it super low. I suppose it's one of those things that day to day it will be low, but after a month of it, I never did it enough really. On my old school account, I wasn't thinking about the XP because everything from that got sold. Never looked into how much it was really. $70 herb lore in 6 months. 70 herb lore's high. I think we don't have Sara brews yet. We don't have a need for them. We don't have a lot of the high level potions anyway. So there's no need for 90 herb lore or anything like that. Hey Kaiser. How's it going? I can buy you some soul runes. I bought some for everyone. How many do you need? Do you want to just take a stack to give them out? They're 10k each for you, by the way. A single Ranel would be nice every day. Yeah, let me have a look at the... Oh, that's not going to be any use. Hang on. Let's have a look at the herb lore skill. Can I do that? Right. Wizardry. Okay, so what herb lore level do we realistically need in 04? I don't think we need level 98. I don't think we need level 90. I don't think we need level 81 because Brews didn't... Oh, okay, 2005. We've got no bird's nests. We've got no... Hang on. We've got no giant mole, so don't worry about Brews. You're not going to be making many of those. Okay, so if you want some soul runes, I'll give them to you. How many do you need? 52 for super energy. Okay, yeah, we need 52. 55 you want to make your own sets. You don't need to make your own ranging potions. What's the point? Maybe 66? Nature Spirit, yeah, I love collecting those things. Although it was fun when you had a player in house with an altar and a what's the teleport there to outside the outside the bank in Canifis? Don't know. It was fun to be able to teleport there and straight back to your house and repeat. That was fun. Yeah, you really don't need very high herb lore. 55 is probably all the average player person. 55 is probably the average level someone wants. Solved. Don't get 99 herb lore. What am I doing? I haven't bought anything in this world. Yes, I have. Are you online, guys, sir? No. And you're begging for soul runes. Shame on you. What world was I hopping in? I forgot which direction I was going in. Let's start again. $55 will be easy to obtain now that they have legends. Well, okay. I don't know how legends impacts it, really. I saw Index killing the shadows underneath in the basement. They seem to drop a lot of herbs, but surely that's not better than Chaos Druids. XP rewards. Oh right, okay, yeah, that's fair enough. What? From 45, right, is the requirement for the quest. What level does the quest XP reward get you to? Because if at 45 you're making super attack's a great potion to make for XP. It's so easy to get the secondary. Unicorn horn dust isn't great to get. Is it 45? I feel like it's. Is it not 50? I don't remember. I think Legends is 45 herb lore. I might be wrong. I thought it was 45. $28k XP. Okay. Level. We want an XP table. 45. You said 28k. So we do 69. Nice. 79. You get close to 49. 120. So boosted. You mean like wow? Okay, like 5x'd. So they've made it 28k per choice. That's crazy. Yeah, no, in total. So I don't know, rough math. If it's 28k total from in 04, but in 07 it's 128k, 120k. It's almost as if the previous reward is now your choice per choice. Is it any skill you can put it on as well? I think I saw crafting in the list. Is it any skill that you could use during the quest, for example? Not that I don't think there's anything else I'd rather use it on. Apart from something like agility if I didn't have 52, or herb lore, or prayer. Maybe smithing. Maybe not. It sucks to put it in Bibles, herb lore included, but so hard to get. Yeah, agility was an option, yeah. Let's hide that. Can't be sharing the whole stack. Gotta save it for a video. thieving's in there. I don't know the next thieving stat requirement, apart from I think you need 52 for ancient treasure. Ancient treasure? Desert treasure. And that's not for a while. Prayer is a viable option, yeah. I don't know what level Eagle Eye comes out. Level, Jesus. What year Eagle Eye comes out. But I certainly don't need... Oh, that's 44 anyway, so I don't need any more. Till Piety and that sort of thing comes out. Not too worried about my prayer level. I haven't really used it, apart from flicking it on for a few quest buses. I haven't used it. It's too difficult to prayer flick. And I haven't been fighting anything that I need to camp prayer. I just haven't used it. 06. Yeah, so it's a while off. '06. Okay, so... Okay, well I'm gonna want prayer for Slayer and stuff, aren't I? So I will use it. Was it 06 for the what's the prayer gear? Initiate and the other one, Proselyte. Because those were good armors. I liked wearing those. I've got monk robes for now, I guess. Eagle Eyes 06, right. Can't remember, neither can I, but I've got the wiki open, so... It's obviously, well, great, it's not told us. 2006, late 2006. Yeah, never mind. Compared to... We look for prayer gear. Where's the... I just went to equipable... Okay. So we've got monk robes, we've got those. We've got Zamarok monk robes. We don't have much else, right? When did the vestment robes come out? White armor, maybe? God book. We'll have the God books soon. So we've got monk robes already, and they're +6 and 5, so they're already pretty decent. Monk robes are worse. Okay, these are better. When did they come out? Ages away. December 06. White armor. Okay, it's terrible. Never mind. God books. Okay, so you're stuck with monk robes for prayer. Makes sense. I always saw people doing Slayer in monk robes back in the day. I've DC'd. Suppose you've got things like the holy symbol. We've already got god cloaks. I think you get prayer bonus from them. I'll put some of this money away. Don't need it all. I'm feeling a lot happy about Herblore now that I know I don't need to train it very high. I should have done that ages ago. I was worrying about how I'm gonna get like 80 Herblore in 2004 First of all, I never would have. But to think I can probably just stop training Herblore around 55. Maybe get 63, 66. Certainly wouldn't train it past 70. I think 70 is probably the ceiling for me. And that's only because I'd probably push to 66 to use some of these herbs. And then I'd have Lotus Snapdragon saved up. And I'd probably end up somewhere around 70. I'd close enough to it by then and stop at a round number. That's nice. It's always the last one I trade. You can say we've got plenty of time to hit nice stats before content updates. Yeah, I think so too. The talk about like 2005 or 2006 being 2 years away, or 2 years in between each other, doesn't really bother me with the amount of stuff that we have in between those dates. I was too young to be playing a lot of the content as it came out then, but to be able to relive it for 2 years instead of just one, it doesn't seem like a negative to me. You'll have so much to do, so many things to do. 72 agility for this shortcut in the Slayer Tower. Yeah, I was looking at those the other day. I don't know how much agility I'm going to do before I need the shortcuts. I'll probably just end up no-lifing it a week before it comes out if we get a scheduled date. The pipe in the Tavli dungeon is a popular one, but I don't think that comes out for ages. But the Slayer Tower will release with some. And the Fremenic Slayer... was it a cave? Slayer Cave? Reminic Slayer Cave. But some of those are insanely high. I think the highest one in that cave is 83. They were made reasonable in old school, but we're not going to have those, obviously. So if we have a look at those, because that's, you do so much Slayer training in that cave. Reminik? Freminik. Can't spell. Okay, so we want the... Okay, these are going to be the ones with the correct rates now. But you know how it's set out, so you've got all these sets here. 40, yeah, these aren't accurate anymore, so it would be nice to at least have the requirements to go through the first one. And they were, so they were 50% or something like that reduced, so this is something like 63. And I think this is the one at the back here that was 83. But just having this one is going to save you enough time, and to not have to equip the certain things, whatever you need for the... Is it the cockatrice that you need, like a... There's something in here that you need the special, like a shield for. So getting those would be nice for Slayer. I'm sure many people will get them. World 9. Back again. See if I can find the old levels. Only one of them. Okay. One of them's bad enough. If you have to walk all the way back to, or teleport to Sears Village and then walk all the way back up, you're wasting 5 minutes. Oh, they're right in front of me. Okay, so the strange floor shortcut between the cave crawlers to the pyrogens, that's the one we were talking about. It was reduced from 62. So this... I click zoom and it does nothing. Great. So this is 62. 62 is not that bad, is it? Okay. And... 81. So, okay. So this is 62 and this is 81. Are many people going to get 81 agility to avoid that walk? Probably not. 62, I think everyone... most people are going to get 62. Most people have 52 already. 62 is not that much of a stretch. Do an hour of agility a week. You'll get there. I've probably disconnected, haven't I? No. Cool. World 5. Jellies was so much fun to kill back in the day, man. Rune kite shields, rune full helms. Again, great zoom. Kuresks were definitely buffed in old school, but I think I remember those being good as well. Everything here is kind of bad, but herbs and stuff. I mean, they drop good seeds, but we don't have farming. Ads. How do you get bucket of sand for crafting orbs? I'm so lazy right now. Well, luckily for you, there's 2 videos on my channel explaining that. But just for you, best places to get buckets, Catherby. There's 10 in stock. That's the best you can do. Actually filling them, the closest sand pit to a bank, if you're doing bulk, it matters, is Xanaris. If you're not doing them in bulk, anywhere. You save a few seconds a trip, so it's worth over an hour. You'd probably get like 10% more. If you don't want to go to Xanaris, go to Yanil and do it there. Too lazy to look it up. Too lazy to watch a video as well. Again? Oh, you've already watched it. Yeah, dude. If you're doing it in bulk, go to Xanaris. It's a nice place there. If not, just come to Yanil. And now we alch them. Yeah, just getting the empty buckets is hard enough. If you are ever even thinking that you might do something like that, and you're fishing in Catherby or cutting yews at the bottom near the flax field, just every 10 minutes or so, stop in the shop and buy 10 buckets. There's even people, if you never decide to use the buckets, there's people that will pay like 500 coins a bucket for an empty bucket, because you can't buy them in bulk. So every time you bank an inventory of fish, just stop in and buy a few buckets. Admittedly, I think half the people buying the buckets were me. That's not bucket. That's not bucket. That's bucket. There's no one buying them anymore. Hang on. Okay, well, the people will buy them. I'll buy them. I didn't even buy my buckets. The Carston lent me like 500. But even 500, yeah, it's gonna take ages. That's the same world. It's gonna take ages to fill them up, but every time you have to leave the furnace to go and fill up more, you're wasting 5-10 minutes setting up again. So if you're doing it in bulk, just get as many buckets as you can. Anyway, what we were talking about, jellies. Classic Slayer monster they are. I can't remember what Kuresks were like before. Didn't have a Slayer, it didn't have a leaf-bladed battle axe to go for, did you? You had to use the leaf-bladed spear, right? No, is that right? You didn't have... Did you have to do that? Did you have to kill Kurask with the leaf-bladed spear? Or broad bolts? Do we don't even have a ruined crossbow on Slayer. On Slayer release. Thanks for the tech, no worries. Leaf-bladed sword. Do they exist? Is that what they drop? Okay. So they drop something worth going for to make them easier to kill. Interesting. Huge fan of the broad bolts for fletching, for Slayer training, but we don't have a ruined crossbow for over a year, right? After Slayer comes out. Axe was in 2016. Yeah, axe to me the axe is brand new. It's a new item. 2016, 9 years old. The sword is sword's not out. Okay, so what do they drop? I can't. We don't have a drop. They don't show the old drop tables, do they? Well, they'll still drop Mystic Light. So they'll drop Mystic. They'll drop a Rune Axe. They'll drop Addy. they'll drop... Okay, they'll probably drop a ton of nature runes. Herbs. The seeds won't drop. We've had this discussion with someone. I think we were talking. Well, I was talking to Index. You guys weren't there. Noted resource drops from Slayer monsters. I don't remember gargoyles, for example, dropping PRS, gold ore, stuff like that. And if they did, I thought they were unnoted. If Kurasks are out there dropping 100 noted flax, that's crazy good. Spear is barbable and store, yeah. Otherwise, I don't know what you're supposed to kill them with. Magic dart. Magic dart. Scree hasn't left this world in like 2 days. Magic dart. Is that a new spell? It comes out with Slayer, doesn't it? Magic dart is Slayer dart. Isn't it? I think it's Chaos and Mine Rune. Shameless plug. See you later. World 16 to 15. Alright. Magic dart. Hey, Index. Magic dart, Slayer dart, I was right. Takes a one death rune, 4 mine runes. So that's going to be a viable way to kill them. We're just discussing the Slayer monsters at the moment. I noticed flax being on their drop table. But, I don't know, similar concerns as the gargoyles. Gargoyles. With the PRS, I don't know if they dropped them back then. I can't remember them doing it. Hello. Hello, cat. How's it going? Apart from that, rare drop table, I suppose. I think they'll drop the nature runes, herbs, and some alchables, and the mystic. So where do you get the rest of it from? Mystic robe set. We want the Terraths, okay. You probably get the whole set within that cave then. From the patch notes, it says they had their loot table changed. Yeah, no, no. They did. Not very recently. Again, I mean, you said this. The axe came out in 2016. It's probably changed then, when they added the Slayer only part of the cave. Mystic robes are going to be sweet. Sell your wizard boots before it comes out. I know they're best in slot still, but people aren't going to be willing to pay that much more for like a +1. Infinity boots will be nice when they come out though. And we're done. I don't know a better way to look at drop tables other than to look at the current ones and speculate. Because you can tell when a drop table has kind of been old schoolified. And we know what wasn't in the game. We know seeds aren't going to be there. Don't open the bank. Put that on. PK with full mystic robes. Well, log out first of all. Log out, switch world. It's not a good way to check future drop tables. Not until we at least get the drop table in the source code, in which case then you can just get someone to look it for you. Apart from that, it's speculation. Not really. There's ways to research it. You can look at old videos. You can do the research. It's not going to be concrete though. There's got to be the data out there because they've got to do it. The devs have got to put it in. It might be worth looking closer to the time, but Slayer's not exactly years away. Looking at the source channel on the Discord and see what they start linking around closer to the release of Slayer. We can look at them then. A diamond or a jade or a red tube. I think I've got all of them. I did. Had a load of them. I think I sold them. Almost done with getting the debt. We were just talking about the Shadow Warriors. I saw you do a few inventories, and it did look pretty good. I like how close they are to the bank, not needing any teleports. You never really have to leave the place. 5k. D-Mace feels worse, but haven't checked the numbers yet. You said it was a tick slower. It doesn't sound like it could really compete with it, to be honest, with the D-Long. Let's finish this and head back. When do you think you'll have the video out? Am I going to have some new videos to watch at work tomorrow? Oh, okay. Interesting. So maybe when we got spec, even though you'd probably still want to use a battle axe, wouldn't you? I was going to say, D-Mace, you'd get a few more accurate hits every now and then. Might make it before you go to bed. I mean, I'll watch it whenever it comes out. Excalibur spec. See, I don't remember what that spec did. Wasn't it one of the useless ones? You've got the magic longbow spec, which I think decreases your damage because it takes so long to cast. Right, I think that was the spec for the magic long. Yeah, defense boost. Oh, okay, yeah, I think well, the advice for the Excalibur spec: use it if you're running past a monster that you're not fighting, but you might take damage from. Like, yeah, there's no real use case for it. Interesting nonetheless. I suppose the devs had fun with it. Oh, okay, so old school, it's been changed to be useful, but it wasn't ever useful before. I say changed to be useful, I still haven't seen anyone use it. Yeah, still useless. What else can we look at in this cave? If we go back. So we were looking at Herblore before. I've come to the conclusion I'm not going to train Herblore past 70 as a long-term goal. As a short-term goal, I'm going to be stopping at around mid-50. We go back to Herblore. We're just thinking, we don't... Where are we? Right, so we scroll down. We don't need any of those. We don't need Bruise, and we don't have a reliable source. We need to turn that down. There's no reliable source of bird's nest, no birdhouses, no giant mole until... Keep deleting the page. March 2006. Don't need any of those. None of those. You don't need to make your own ranging potions. Super defense, maybe. So that's kind of my ceiling is going to be 60s, and then I just thought, because by then I'll have maybe a load of snapdragons saved up, so I might make it to 70 as a whole number, but I don't see myself training past that. Original whip spec, yeah, I saw that. Basically a 50-50 chance of hitting your max hit twice. I don't know what a max hit with a whip is going to be like with the gear that we have, but if you're low and you've got nothing, you're not going to be combo eating. You've got no Karambwan and Brew or anything like that, or Sea Turtle. You've got a good chance at dying to a whip. I don't know how long that spec's in the game for, but until it's removed, that's quite brutal. Why does the music sound really loud all of a sudden? High 30s. Yeah, but the average HP level, what's your hit points level at the moment? Because you've got far higher stats, so I can't guess it's going to be much over mid-80s by then. And a 50-50 chance of hitting a back-to-back 30 with a whip seems huge, but then I suppose you'll have a DDS, you're going to have bigger threats. It's the unexpected, you're not expecting it though. If someone pulls out a Dragon Dagger, you're going to expect it. 78, yeah, that's most of your HP. If you can back-to-back a 30. But in PK, yeah, if someone brings out a DDS, you're expecting the hit. If you're just getting hit by a whip, you're not expecting to be back-to-back hit their max. Right, I've been logged into this world, I'm not doing anything. And we can remove that. I need to stop paying attention. There you go. My first PK vid. I saw that. Yeah, I saw that. I didn't know about the spec. I thought, okay, people used to whip spec back then. I remember going to level 2 wildy when I got my first whip and specking people, and I'm thinking it's a bind because of the animation. It probably was by the time I had a whip. But it was only a few weeks ago before I knew what the spec did, and I'm thinking, why is he whip specking? Are people just... They just weren't as good as I thought at PKing, but it turns out he knows what he's doing and I didn't. Yeah, it's a good point, the DDS, but it can still be lethal for 25% spec as well. It's the combination with everyone having such lower hit points as well. Got Flames of Zami hitting 30s or high 20s as well. Getting stun blocked every time you change prayer, you're getting stunned as well. Average player, and even in 2020 was... Yeah, that's me, 2010. I mean, my main account on RS3 was made in 2008, and the accounts I had before then I couldn't track down, so when I actually started, it was some point during late 2006. But me playing in 2006 was just wandering around Lumbridge. It was, you know, an hour a week, just not really knowing what I was doing. It wasn't until late, like maybe 2008, which I kind of began to start having an idea of what I was doing, so I kind of missed it. Most of the things that this game that I'm playing now is all about, I missed most of that. But living it now. Let's check out the Slayer Tower, because I'm curious what the old agility requirements are like. The Inducted? Oh yeah, easily. The Inducted strikes me, I mean, he's insane now, but he's had his second chance. I don't know what he was like back in the day. 0.9 HP back then, maybe. Maybe he was a decent player, but nothing like he is now. I don't know his history. Don't know anything about the guy. But we're all far better players than we are. Far better players now than we were back in the day. That's a guarantee. I think the worst players on the server are better than the average player back in the day, just because we have Google. Slayer Tower. The Inducted at, by the way, the Inducted at that EHP, it's what's the website? Lossy Labs. You know, just curious. Where are we? I'm on the wrong time frame, aren't I? Does this have a... It doesn't have a comparison. Not yet, anyway. You got me. EHP. 51. Go back to the Inducted. $523. It just casually 10x more efficient than me. But I will say I don't think the inducted has picked that many seaweed. Casting. Cut. I don't even know. I'm gonna just DM on Discord real quick because I don't want to type to him. Just need to offload somewhat casting. I don't know what he's doing. You've got 25 EHP. Well, great. You know, I'm not playing to be efficient. Like I said, I don't think the inducted has picked that many seaweed, so we're not comparable players. Unfortunately. That's fine. Slayer Tower. We were going to have a look at the agility shortcuts because I'm really curious what level I get to stop training agility. Okay. We need to figure out if these have been changed. First added of the game, the area was at, okay. Great, it was made accessible. I don't think they've been changed. So 71 for the spike chain. Yeah, I checked Fremy Cave. Go back. I'll close the tab. From the cave, but 82. I think it was 80. Oh, I'm just gonna go and find the thing we were looking at a minute ago. Okay, yeah, 81. Now we were looking at this. I don't think I'm gonna train 81 to skip that. However, I think 90% of people will have 61 for this. 61. If most people have, was it 61? Can't remember. 62. People have 52 already. They're gonna get 62 to skip that whole thing and skip getting attacked by the aggressive things here that you need. Someone said, I think you need special items for both of these things, but only one of them's aggressive. So people are going to get it and skip that. But I'm not getting 81 to skip that. It doesn't seem worth it at all. Connection lost. This is not how you get more efficient hours played, if anyone was wondering. 30 hours at the Mage Guild is inefficient. It's good GP though, good money. I need a, yeah, you mentioned a good thing there, 15 seconds less runtime to 100%. But where's this, where does it fall off? It's not a linear improvement, right? There gets a point where getting an extra 10 levels doesn't give the benefit as the last 10 levels. I don't know where that cutoff is. But I can see myself getting 70-ish. And we don't get a better course until 2009, when you get the advanced agility courses, I think. So that could be 2030. Something, 2032 maybe. Every 9 levels. Is it just the same then? So it's not like, so if I was to get 79 and then get 89, I'd still. Okay. Sources, trust me, bro. Okay, but so if the source, if bro's correct, getting those 6 levels is still, you know, ignoring the fact that getting 86 is slower than getting 76, it's still worth getting it. You're still the same improvement. So 70, that's what you're saying, 72. Well, why not, hear me out, why not go to 78? And if you're already 78, just get 2 more levels so it's neat and tidy. And then you're only 4 more levels of another improvement. And then if you get 6 more, then you've got a base 90. And then it's only 10% more effort to max. So just get 99. I, for one, will be getting 99 now. Because the math just works. What else can we look at? Fremennik Slayer dungeon is complete. We've decided, meta, get that shortcut. Don't worry about the rest of it. Great. What about the Grimhaven Slayer dungeon? What's going on here? So, entrance. This is a bit of a nest because this has probably been changed in old school. But if we assume this is all still here, you're going in there, there's stones all the way around there. Yeah, you get a boost every 9, but in the future it's going to be every 6. No benefit to getting, yeah, okay. Coins. Yeah, it will be, yeah, not having to get 9 levels. But then you get 72. And seriously, so you get 72. You don't end up at a whole number until 90. Just annoys me. But it's every 6... Okay, no, but it's every... Okay, hang on. It's every 6 levels from... Oh, we already did this. 72. I can see myself maybe getting 84. Let me do this world and we'll do some math on 84 agility. 12. If you hit 80, you only get stats like you were 72. I thought you'd get... Right now, yeah, but if... 81 when it happens. Wasn't it every 6 levels, so it'd be either 78 or 84? So you've got 72. Is that right? Is that updated? It has. It's not that much. Not now, next update. Yeah, fine. So, next update's every 6 levels. So, 72 or 78. For, did you say 10% or 15% faster? Yeah, no worries, man. Thanks for stopping by. See you later, Index. Yeah, so every 6, you're looking at either 72 or 78. That the what's the XP rate? Where's the what's the website for 04's XP rates? I've got the name of it. Useful websites. It's the HQ website, isn't it? Skill guides. Oh, that's new. Okay. Do we not have any more of that? Is this what we've got? So wilderness agility course. It's all money now, isn't it? Oh, and they've changed it all. I'm just trying to find an XP rate for it because so far 775 for 72 doesn't sound bad at all. Okay, 40 to 45k per hour depending on concentration, assuming a 45-second lap, ignoring the 18,000 bonus XP people get now for 2 hours in the course. So 40 to 45k, so if we say 40k, 52, you're not going to have a 40-second lap, so let's say 38. Okay, I said it wasn't bad. 20 hours for 72. I looked at 775 and I thought, yeah, 10 hours. What about Brimhaven? 83. I mean, I was joking, but I mean, if you're getting 83, you might as well get 84 now for the thing, right? For the next restore gap. So if you went for 84, just gonna use the full rate. Let's do 44k. 64 hours. 64 hours. Let's say 65 hours. 65 hours for 52 to 84 agility. This isn't coming out for a long time. Jan 2005. I mean, if we were on a live update path, that's 8 months, 9 months. We're not, so double that. Maybe a year and a half. I mean, they did say they could probably keep up pace until later. That's the day of Slayer. Yeah, I think this came out with Slayer. 17th of Jan. Oh no, the cave came out. Looks like cave came out a week before. For some reason, 10 days before. Point being, it's at least a year to a Slayer by the sounds of it. 65 hours for 84. What have I just done? 60. It's the other way around. I'm supposed to have done that. Huh? No. Just done it again. This isn't mathing. I think you've got to do minimal time of agility per day until Slayer comes out. I think like 2 hours a week will get you 84. Well before it comes out. You might just need to do an hour of Slayer, an hour of agility a week. And you'll have it by then. And you've got to be consistent for a year. Well, it was 64 hours until... Was it 72? No, it was 64 hours until 84. I'm really not seeing how 84 agility in 64 hours is really that bad. It's like 10 hours a day for a week, 5 hours a day for a fortnight, 2 hours a day for a month. Two hours a day for a month sounds a lot worse than 5 hours a day or 10 hours a day for a week. Yeah, you'd rather do something else, so would I. 100%. I think I'll craft this inventory and I'll hop off for tonight. But I appreciate you being here, man. It's been really fun. Unfortunately, I've got to work in the morning. Pretty late here. Andrew Gow was like, time to torch. Yeah, well, he's said countless times, I mean they all have, that no one was expected to get that high. And for the longest time they didn't have any content beyond 52, so why would they worry about how long it's going to take to 99? It was a ceiling that they didn't expect anyone to hit, that's the thing. We sure proved them wrong. I'm more likely, I'm so much more likely to do 10 hours of agility a day for a week. I could start it Sunday night and be done by Friday. But if I had to do 2 hours a day for a month, I wouldn't do it. There's no way I'd do it. It's like a tax on your playtime every day for a month. 2 hours of not doing what you want, but just to get through it in a week. I could do that. I'm not saying I'm gonna do it, not yet anyway, but you know, in 6 months from now, when I've done all my goals, I could do agility on a second monitor for a week. I'll do it like all day, twice a week for 2 weeks. You know, I could do that. I feel like 84 looks clean, but then you're gonna want 85, and I don't, you know, I'm not gonna say go any further than that. You'll get, I think if you had 80, you'd be satisfied, but then when you know that you're in between a gap and you can get you're 2 levels into it, and 84 would get you another benefit, you're just gonna want to get 85. But then I couldn't imagine going to 90. You know, another 5 levels for it definitely wouldn't be worth it. Not at that level. I think I just out to battle stuff. So tired. Right, let's get these done and we'll go off. Okay, do that. Thanks for the stream, no worries. It's as I said, it's been the first one. Interesting. It's been a good experience. I've got to do this either way. I've got how many? I started with 5,800 of these. I've got 2,600 left to go. I want to get through them because I want them gone. I want the gold to invest in something else. And I'm training crafting and magic, which are 2 extremely expensive skills to train, and I'm doing them not just for free but for profit, so I want to get them out of the way. Call them done for a while. Next up, I'm going to be doing melee. I think I'm going to be doing a lot of Chaos Druids, and that should be more fun than hopping worlds every 45 seconds. Gives you the ability. Oh, I missed that message. Gives you the ability to run down Or run away in the wilderness. That's a good thing as well. Won't be too long, right, till we have energy potions, and just having one of those could be a lifesaver. It could be, that could be worth 10 food in your inventory if you could just run away. But I think we've got access to Black Dragon Hide, for example, which is really good. It was nerfed in old school, right? So it's really good at the moment for magic defense, which you know, it costs almost nothing. Nature Spirit is close, yeah. Next update, okay. That'd be cool. You get more of an area to walk around. Does that bring? When do we get the Ecto? Ecto file. Feb 2005. Oh, okay, no, it's this. We got a little bit for it. Next update. Next update. Nature Spirit. July 2000. Okay, so we get the area a long time before Ecto and that sort of thing. It's a big area, I suppose. Nature Spirit. That's a new agility method right there, isn't it? Great. Another great way of training. So I think that update will probably bring this area, or maybe not, but I thought I saw something on the wiki a minute ago that said the Slayer Tower was in the game, but it wasn't accessible. Interesting. I could just imagine when Barrows comes out, the best way of getting there is to Ecto, walk over here to the bar, go underneath, walk down here, pray all your food doesn't get turned into rotten food, and show up here half dead. No minigame teleport, no Paros tab, no fairy rings. It's gonna be crazy. Right, I'll call it there. Once again, thanks for stopping by. I don't know how often I'm gonna stream, but it's been really fun, so don't see why I won't be doing these every now and then. Cyber will be good, actually. Yeah, probably. Depends how much food we need. At the moment, you've got people doing speed runs at Barrows. Be interested to see how easy they are to do with our gear, and if brews are going to be viable, because they're going to be so expensive. But yeah, I'll leave it there, man. Thanks for the stream. No worries. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for chatting. It's been good, and I'll catch you in the next one, hopefully.